The suspect is one of two male escorts who were in the room with Paul Dawson when he died. He has unwillingly come forward to answer questions.
Hey!
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, good. Hi.
Do you need to use the bathroom before you sit down talking? You sure? Okay. How you been?
Doing okay.
You're good? Okay. Well, what were you doing this morning when they got you? Sleeping?
Yeah.
Alright. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Listen, we spoke the last time, right, about the incident with Dawson. I told you, listen, I want you just to be open and honest with me. I don't really care what went on. Same thing today.
Okay.
You're a witness. I'm not here to arrest you. You're not staying with me today. You're good to go. I
Okay.
just need some clarification on what happened.
All right.
So you're comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do you remember June 9th with Mr. Dawson and Jennings?
Somewhat.
All right. So you want to just kind of tell me what you remember? Like how you met up with Jennings?
I was brought on a call, an escort call,
Mm-hmm.
and did I go through the whole thing again, or like?
Like what you remember?
What
Yeah.
can you remember?
My friend
Which
Zach
one?
called me and told me that I already knew that he was going to be on the call or whatever like that, but I didn't think that I was going to go. And he called me and said like, hey, yeah, like there was another kid there when I came there on the call, and then I remember like, okay, when I got there, the guy was tied up in the closet.
Okay.
He was tied up in the closet. I saw him for a minute. He was like blindfolded and like totally like tied up and like blindfolded and like I was like, how do we know a safe word that if he's blindfolded? And he was responsive. He was like, he's just gonna go like this or whatever. And the guy like agreed and
Not his head.
yeah.
So he
yeah.
never said a word, though? There was no safe word? Because that's the norm. You should have a safe word.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
big
but, like, Zach's an
responsibility.
amateur and stuff like that, so he didn't really know that. But anyway, so basically, Zach and the kid left. They needed a break. They were there doing that for, like, a long time. They needed a break, so they left for a minute, and then I undid all of his bondage out of the closet and stuff, like, so he was completely coherent, and I undid his tape and his blindfold and everything, and then he was like, and then he was normal and stuff like that, and then he was like, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then he went and took a shower, and then he came out, and he was like washing my feet, and like, talking to me and stuff like that. We were just conversing normally, and then, I think he asked me to put the handcuffs on him or something like that, and he's like, and then so I put the handcuffs on him, or I don't know if they were handcuffs or I tied his hands, I'm not sure, one of those.
Okay.
And then, but like in front of him, and like his hands were in front. And then Zach and that kid came back, and then Zach and me were.
Do you know the kid's name?
I don't.
Is it Matt?
I never knew that kid's name.
No? You don't remember what he looked like?
Kind of remember what he looks like, but I couldn't honestly. Matt sounds right, but I don't.
Okay.
I only met him that one night, so.
All right.
And Zach wanted that kid to leave.
He was what, inexperienced, I think, right?
Yeah, they were both inexperienced, but I mean, Zach just wanted that kid to leave because I think he was mad at him for a personal reason or something like that or something. Anyway, I was like, yeah, so I was like, tell him to leave. And so the kid left. Then it was just me, Zach, and the dude, and I know the guy asked for more GHB.
He asked for DHB.
Yeah, he asked for more, and like a booty bump.
A booty bump. Now, the booty bump, that's with the methamphetamines,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Booty bump refers to methamphetamine being mixed with water and taken anally with a syringe.
So when somebody asks for a booty bump, just because I'm unfamiliar, I mean, I'm familiar with what it is, but how would you even measure that
I
out?
wouldn't ever give someone one of those.
No, I know, we spoke about this before, yeah. All three of us were like,
I know what a booty bump is, but I did not see it administered. So
you didn't see it administered.
I did not.
Do you know who administered it though?
Zach is what
Zach
I said.
did, right?
And Zach was gonna with that, yeah.
Okay.
And so and then we were smoking that too, and like he took some hits of that, and like I never actually saw him take GHB was the thing.
You never saw him take the GHB?
Not that I can remember. No, I never actually saw him. I know that there was GHB. I know that Zach was on GHB. I know that, but like I never actually. They asked me if I wanted some. They said no, and because I just don't like that drug.
Yeah.
And even if I did like that drug, I would never take it with a client.
Right, because.
Just because, like, I just like.
Not good.
I don't know. I mean, when you're on that drug, you want to have sex or something like that. So I would only take it with someone I wanted to have sex with, not like that ugly fat guy.
Yeah.
But like,
Ugly fat guy.
well,
I don't blame you. I don't want to have sex with ugly fat guy either.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't do it with a client or something like that. But yeah, I never actually saw them take it though. That's the thing. I never actually saw it being administered.
So you didn't see Jennings actually administer any kind of drugs to...
Besides smoking, no.
You saw them smoking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was smoking too.
Right, that's fine. I don't care about that. My thing is, you said that he requested a booty bump when you were standing there. So what happened then?
I think I went to the bathroom
Okay.
and did it.
Okay. Do you have any idea, like, how or what they were using to administer it?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't do it in front of you?
Usually you use like one of those baby things that you, formula things. Like you,
Yes, for, like, medicine.
Yeah, I usually use one of
That's
those.
the
I think I
problem.
might have seen one of those around the hotel, but like, no, I did not actually see it.
So you wouldn't use, like, a water bottle
You could.
with the sports cap on the top?
Like a big water bottle. It would have
Yeah.
to be like a little water bottle.
It would be little?
Yeah, and I doubt that he was using that, yeah.
Okay. No, because there was items that were down in the room, so...
Yeah, that was
trying to
probably what the
figure that
GHB
out.
was being held in.
Okay, it was in the Asian bottle, I think it was? Yeah, okay. All right, so what time did you show up?
I don't remember. It was, I don't know, late at night.
Late,
Oh,
right?
I think like midnight, maybe around there, I think.
I think that's what you said, I said, yeah. All right, so they go in the bathroom, they do the booty bump. What happens after that?
Comes out,
And it was just...
oh, he had a collar on too at that point.
collar.
Yeah, a collar with a lock.
Uh-huh.
And I remember I locked it and I put the key like on the dresser. I remember I knew exactly where I put the key, and then them being all fucked up because Zach was all fucked up too, like on G, and like they lost the key. So I went to the store to go find something to break the, because it was bothering him.
Mhm.
And so I went to go find something at the store to like break the lock or whatever. I come back, they found the key. When I got back, they found the key and the collar was off them, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that too. And I have the receipts. I remember all that. Like I said, you're not in trouble for any of what happened. I just kind of-
he started freaking out.
Who did?
The guy, like,
Dawson?
Yeah.
Paul Dawson.
yeah, he started like G'ing out or whatever you call it or something, and I was like, oh, okay, like, what's wrong with him, blah, blah, blah. And like,
When you say freaking out, like what was he doing? Was he like yelling? Was he throwing himself on the floor? Did he look like he was having a seizure?
it didn't look like, yeah, I mean, that's what people do, like, when you're on G, like, I mean, like, I do that too, like, I mean, that's what you do when you're on G. It kind of looks like someone's having a seizure when the G'ing out is what you call it, like, so he did kind of, like, I think he was doing something, I don't remember exactly anymore, but, like, he was doing some things where it was, like, a little out of the ordinary, I think, obviously, if I was, like, you know, wondering, and then Zach told me to go get a paper bag.
I remember that. That was so stupid.
I know,
On his
retarded.
part.
Yeah,
Like who picks a paper bag?
I don't know. He said, trust me, it'll help. And so I go try to get a paper bag or something like that. I think I couldn't find one, or I don't know.
No, you did get one.
I got one.
Yeah,
I did,
yeah,
okay.
I remember.
And all I know is that I was eventually like, you know, I was like, okay, I'm calling the ambulance. And then he's like, yeah, don't call the ambulance or whatever like that. And I was like, you know, well, fuck you, yeah. And like,
So
so
he
I
was
called the
arguing not
ambulance.
to?
Yeah, and I know. And so I called the ambulance, and Zach left.
So didn't he leave actually before you even got to call 911?
He called as I was picking up the phone saying I was calling 911.
So he was walking out the door, could care less as you were
He
trying
was
to
running
pick up the phone.
out the door.
He was
Yeah.
running out the door.
Yeah.
The other escort knew that in that circumstance, he would most likely be blamed, even if he hadn't intended to cause Dawson's death. The most surprising thing is that this man called for help and stayed.
Yeah, so he really didn't even give two craps about what happened to this man.
No.
And you, thank God, had a conscience and actually rendered aid to him by calling 911.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I called the front desk. I called the
Right,
front
but
desk
that's
and told them to call 911.
Yeah, but that's still.
And then I ran down stairs and I asked if anyone knew how to do CPR.
Yep, I remember you telling me that.
And then this one guy, like a lot of people couldn't really speak English or anything like that. And then one guy said, yeah, he did. He goes, I can help you. He goes, where is it? And so we ran back up the stairs. And then there was two guys. I think they were with the hospital or something like that. I don't know if they were already there or if they came while we were.
Oh, the ambulance?
I don't know if it was the ambulance. It was two guys though, and they knew they were sent up there. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then I left after the ambulance got there, and I told the ambulance when they got there, I was like, he's on GHB, and meth, as I said, GHB and methamphetamine.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they were doing their thing, they told me to go to the room, so I go to the room, and then I left, and then I came back.
Right, yeah, no, we remember.
Within like the hour,
But now, why did he freak out that he didn't want you to call 911? Like, what was his issue?
Probably like afraid that he was gonna get in trouble, like or something.
In trouble for doing whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you said you knew Jennings a little bit. How often does he administer these booty bumps?
I don't think he does that very often. I think that that's just like one thing that everyone likes to take drugs different ways and stuff like that. I think that's just what the guy liked to do. So
He liked to do that. Now,
Yeah.
did Paul Dawson ever state to you that he's done methamphetamine before?
It's pretty obvious.
Like booty bumps are his thing, or you just assumed?
I just assumed. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I definitely think he's done it before, especially if he's in the scene and stuff like that. And not only that, I actually talked to someone who's seen him before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like after this and stuff like that, he likes, he's done that before.
So he's hired other people then?
Yeah.
This wasn't like the first time
This was
he
not
came
his
to me,
first
or...
time. He's done this, so he was experienced.
Everyone who knew Dawson said that while he enjoyed drinking and smoking, he was very vocal about his dislike for drugs. His neighbor, who interacted with him almost daily, said that they had never seen Dawson under the influence.
Okay, we need to know, as much as you might know even after
he was
we
experienced
sold.
because I was talking to him. He had a FetLife account and everything like that, so he's done this for a while.
He has a what?
A FetLife.
Oh, a FetLife.
It's a website for fetishes.
Oh, no, I don't know. So
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm
It's
sorry.
like a Facebook for fetishes, kind of.
Really?
What is it called?
FetLife.
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 Do you know, his site? Or
I found his Facebook, just so I could, try to tell some of his family or anything like that. Didn't seem like he had any family really, though, but,
Yeah.
I did tell one of his friends on his Facebook that
Which
he died.
friend did you speak to? You remember? No? Okay, no.
But, I remember he already knew that he died, so.
Yeah, it took a while, but we were able to find somebody.
Like on the post, like the Fat Life.
FetLife, FETLIFE.
Yeah. Does he?
I don't know, I never found his.
You never found him.
But your friend that knew him said
No,
that he was on it?
no, Paul told me that.
Oh, Paul told you this.
While
Okay.
he was,
You were there.
yeah, while he was there, we were talking and stuff like that. He was coherent when I undid him out of the closet and everything like that. He was completely incoherent.
Right. And then what transpired in between the closet and him not feeling well?
After Zach came back and after we did more drugs.
Okay, and that was after Zach gave him more booty bumps?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so, yeah.
And they were the only two that went into that bathroom? 'Cause you
I'm
said-
sure I went into the bathroom at some point.
No, meaning you said they stepped into the bathroom and did the booty bump.
I mean,
Okay.
I just remember I didn't see the
Him
booty
actually
bump.
do it.
Yeah, I remember those one thing. I never actually saw them take G, even though they did offer me some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they offered me some. I never actually saw them take it though.
Because we don't care.
No, I know. I just understand.
You have to mix it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, how
some
does
people
that
mix
work?
it. Some people, well, the way me and my boyfriend would do when we used to take it and stuff like that, we would mix it with a little, just a little bit of soda, and then drink that because it tastes really strong, and then it shakes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But now when you're doing it, the booty bump,
The booty bump, I don't think you do G through a booty bump.
Not G. How do we mix the meth?
Meth, you just put some water in it, and then like you put it in like either like some type of a syringe or like a baby formula. Right? Yeah.
But like, how much you put in, like?
I don't know.
So there's really no way to actually measure it.
There is, because the baby syringes have like like with G, you have like, you use one of those baby syringes and you do 1 ml or like 2 ml, you know what I mean? So so you do kind of measure it, yeah.
Okay. So do you think Zach even measured it?
I think so, yeah. If he was doing GHB, yeah, he did, because you have to when you're doing
the
GHB.
But
you have no idea how much you're doing.
Right. No, the booty bump, because you said you wouldn't do a booty bump with GHB, correct? It would just be meth. So how would you measure the meth? Because doesn't it come really crystallized?
Booty bump with GHB.
Right, but doesn't it come like a
crystal? You crush it up.
Crush it up, okay, and then you mix it with what, water?
Mm-hmm.
And then you would put that in the baby syringe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
That's not what he died from, though, right?
Well, I mean, he had a lot of drugs in the system. So this is where, like, all of our questions are coming in. We kind of need to understand, like, how these drugs got in his system, how they were administrated. But did Mr. Dawson give them to himself, or was
like,
it?
what did you see him do?
Right.
He would smoke. He was smoking.
Right, smoking.
He would come up like when I was smoking, go like he wanted us to give him the drugs. Like he wanted us to like. So I think I even held it up to his mouth and like lit it for him a few times and stuff because he wanted them. He was asking for them and stuff like that. We even made him like do something for us to get more drugs or something like that. He was like, because he was saying. They have some type of word like established to where like that means that he wants more drugs.
Do you remember what the word was?
I don't remember if it was a word or if it was a something. Like he was like acting like a puppy, like yeah, like and I guess that because he was like nudging with his head, like that means he wanted more drugs. And,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was doing that a lot.
These details caused the police to believe that Dawson's death was the result of his dangerous lifestyle, and they did not seriously consider that this might have been a homicide.
Mm-hmm.
But now, he can't give himself a booty bump.
Maybe you can, yeah. But, I don't think, I think he wanted specifically Zach to give it to him.
So he stated he wanted Zach to give him a booty
Yeah, because
bump.
I think he thought it was hot to be.
Okay. Do you know how many booty bumps he had?
I don't know, no.
No. Would you say it was more than one?
Yeah.
More than 5?
I would think it would be more than one. I don't know if it would be any more than that.
Okay, would it be more than 5?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, they were already on drugs when I got there.
No, we get it. There's just a few questions that the ADA wanted me to ask as far as who brought the drugs. Do you remember?
Paul did, or
Paul or
Zach,
you're not sure
or
who?
the other kid, yeah.
Okay, but you're not sure who brought them. And again, none of this, what we talk about, leaves this room between myself and Detective Martin. So it's not like Mr. Jennings is going to find out you came in and spoke to me. That's not going to happen. So if you know something, we would just appreciate it if you would let us know. We don't care.
I didn't bring anything with me. The GHB was already there.
When you got there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zach and that kid got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know who brought the meth?
Zach.
He has like a goodie bag that he always has with him. This black backpack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that usually has like all his stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he bring the syringe too?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does he usually have in there? Meth. And then what's the, that bottle that was like nail polish with the balls on the bottom? That's a huffing agent, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where does that come from? Is that over the counter?
Yeah. I got it like smoke shops or anything like that. It's called poppers.
Poppers. Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, he did some poppers too. You know.
Yeah, but that's over the counter.
I mean, it's sold as a like a keyboard cleaner or something like that. Like.
Okay, I got it.
But people huff them like gay people. Like.
How often do you do business with Daniel?
I don't anymore. I haven't spoken to him.
No, I know you don't anymore because I'm sure this is probably not the best experience that
Was
you've
this
ever
the last
had.
time
Not the last time, but pretty soon after that.
I think it's a few months. Since
Like,
you
yeah, like oh yeah, definitely. It's been
Yeah,
a long
when's
time.
Mercury Song?
It's a couple of months.
Yeah, a couple months. Like, probably, wait, no, yeah, like, I haven't spoken to him, I don't think, since September, August, maybe. Wait, no, like, September, definitely before Halloween, I have not seen him.
Okay, so like, how many times do you think after this terrible incident that you guys actually did business together after?
Like 3 more times or
3
something?
more times? Did he ever say anything to you about it?
Yeah,
Was
we
he
talked.
freaked out?
He said that he was at peace with it or whatever like that because, you know, the guy wanted to do that and stuff like that. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like,
Right. You
like,
wanna-
yeah, I mean, but, yeah, he's a pretty bad person, so.
He is a pretty bad person.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, so.
Yeah, that's kind
Did he
of
do
what
something
we've
to
been
you, or-
hearing.
Yeah, he's a pretty bad person.
Like, now what do you know of him being bad? Because we've got
He's just like,
crazy
he's just a mean person. Like, he's just a mean guy. Like, he's just, I don't think he killed him, though, if that's what you're saying.
No,
Like,
we're not saying that. We just want to know,
he's
like,
just a fucking little dipshit. Like, he's just like, he's not a good friend. He's not a good person. It didn't even seem like he cared like that. Like, I was like, you know, you don't feel a little guilty. I mean, I understand that, like, it's not, I understand that the guy, it was free will, blah, blah, blah. You know, the guy wanted to do drugs, and, like, it is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think it's Paul's fault for him dying. Like, I think it's his fault because he's, what an idiot. You know what I mean? Why did you tell someone to give you drugs and assume that they know the correct amount or something like that? Because Zach was all fucked up too, so who does that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he put his life in his hands, and I think that was really stupid. Like, I would never do that. Like,
right.
I would never ask people to tie me up and then just give me random drugs. I mean, that's retarded.
Right.
Sorry, I mean, like, it sucks that you died, but it's like, dude, that's stupid. Like,
Yeah. Don't you think he would have felt a little bad? I mean, if he's the one who
Yeah,
gave it
that's
to
what
him
I'm
and
saying,
then the guy dies?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, because it's pretty
I don't
reckless.
really think he thought twice about it, honestly, so.
He didn't, right? I don't know. That's just the impression we're getting from the people we're interviewing, is just that he doesn't really give a crap about much.
Yeah, he doesn't, no. He's a shit, so.
Okay. How often did you do business prior to Mr. Dawson?
We had an ad going, like a 2-point ad thing, so we did business together sometimes and everything, but not too much. I mean, like, I don't know.
Do you always have the book big?
Yeah,
That's this thing.
yeah.
Now, when you sign up on whatever site he's on, is it that people are requesting these drugs, or does he bring this bag regardless?
Sometimes they request it, but I think he brings it regardless.
Does he ever administer it to somebody that doesn't ask for it?
No.
The autopsy suggested that the drugs may have been administered without Dawson's knowledge or against his will.
No.
See why he would do that now.
No, I'm just asking from your experience.
No. I don't know.
All right.
And that site is shut down now.
What site was that?
Red Boy.
Oh, Red Boy.
It's shut down.
What happened?
I mean, I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that, like, I mean, it was a $1 billion site, like, and it's, you guys didn't hear about that? I mean, it was a huge.
A little bit,
Yeah, the
but
things in the paper.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't really know what happened.
Yeah, it got shut down. I don't think it was to that, but.
No, I don't think it has to do with Mr. Dawson.
That site had a lot going on.
Yeah, it was a lot. But, yeah.
So was Mr. Dawson's idea to do the booty bumps versus
I know that
smoking?
he asked for him. He did both.
He did both, he wanted to do both?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Zach is the one who administered the booty bumps to Mr. Dawson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did Zach do any booty bumps?
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
You ever hear him doing it or see him do it?
Mm-hmm.
You ever see him give somebody a booty bump before that day?
I would never watch somebody
Yeah.
give somebody a booty bump, so.
Were you there, like maybe they went into the other room? Prior to that
I
day?
think we talked about it once before. I think he liked doing them sometimes or something like that,
Yeah.
maybe.
Did you ever say how often he did meth, Mr. Dawson, or you didn't really touch on that?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, when Mr. Dawson started having like trouble breathing, and it was Zach like basically told you to go get the bag, when you left, what was Mr. Dawson doing when you went to go get the bag to try and help him?
Laying on, I don't remember actually. He was coming in and out, you know what I mean? He wasn't freaking out.
Right.
He was incoherent and...
So he wasn't really conscious when you left to get the bag? Again, we don't
He was
care.
conscious. Yeah, no, he was conscious. Yeah, he wasn't sleeping, no.
Okay. Was he talking? Or was he just laying there?
He would say he was trying to suck my dick. Like,
really?
Yeah, he was coming at, that's what it was weird. It was he was trying to he was still trying to hook up and stuff like that. He was still trying to
Even though you're staying out?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we were unclear.
On what was going on?
Yeah, I didn't really understand it. And then he was go get a paper bag or whatever like that. I was okay.
That's what Zach told you.
Yeah, and then I went and got a paper bag. And he goes, that will make him feel better, is what he said. And so I go and get a paper bag, and then I don't remember if we had him use the paper bag. I know after that was when I just called the front desk.
So when you got back, things kind of went south from the time that you left and came back with
I don't
the
remember
bag.
enough to be able to say that or not.
No, I know, but you're saying you called.
I don't remember enough to be if I got in the room, that's when things went south. I just know that is when I called the ambulance
When
pretty
you got
shortly
back.
after that, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And, Zach told me not to, and then
Yeah, and you did the right thing. You
Yeah.
did call.
and then, then I heard him shit himself, and then died, yeah.
Who should have?
Paul,
Oh.
I heard the sound of, that, and then he just stopped moving.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was after he already ran out of the room.
No, he ran out of the room, I think it was right after I called the ambulance.
Okay.
I called the ambulance. I know that he was getting his stuff, his clothes on and stuff like that,
Right after.
very quickly. And then, yeah, I think it was right after he died. Zach.
Right.
Well, yeah, but he was already in the process of leaving anyways. But yeah.
Right, because he was arguing with.
And then I, then I went up to him and I tried, I think I smacked him in the face and stuff like that, and
Right.
trying to get him to.
Come down.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't want to panic him too much and stuff like that. I remember, like I said right before, I was like, hey, don't freak out, I'm just going to call the ambulance.
Right.
I was like, you're probably fine, is what I was telling him and everything, because he was still, moving and stuff like that, and
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
yeah, and so it was like, hey, I'm calling the ambulance, don't freak out. I was like, you're going to be fine, and stuff like that, I don't know, and then Zach left the room, and then the ambulance came, and I told them what happened, and I told them that he was on GHB, and blah, 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 and, I ran down, the guy who, first I ran downstairs, and after the ambulance was called, I ran downstairs, and I got the guy, and there was two other guys there, and they were, I don't know who they were with, or something like that, but they knew to do something, or whatever, and, oh yeah, then, I don't know, yeah, then, I think I was there was so much stuff all over the room. I remember I was grabbing it and throwing it outside to try to clear the way for the ambulance.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that. That's saran wrap that was around his face.
That was, yeah, around his face, yeah.
That was around his face when you came back with the brown paper bag?
No,
That was from earlier in the
way
day.
earlier, yeah.
There were large amounts of drugs in Dawson's system, but asphyxiation from the plastic wrap was the official cause of death.
Okay.
He wanted to be mummified.
Yeah, no, I remember we were talking about that.
Yeah.
It was something he was into.
He wanted some really nasty shit.
Like?
He wanted to be shit in his mouth and stuff like that.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It's called scat.
What's it called?
Scat.
Lovely.
Yeah. That guy was into that because the guy who I talked to, who's seen that guy before,
Yeah.
that's how he knew, he liked Like, I heard something about, like, a gerbil being shoved up his ass or something like that. Like, yeah.
Oh my God. That's weird.
That's really weird.
I don't know anybody who would want that done.
Yeah.
And
I've never heard
who
of
is that
this
guy?
either.
We have had to speak to him.
I don't know who
That knew of Paul before.
You kind of just knew him from your circle.
I ran into him,
Yeah.
and he was telling this crazy story. I was like, and I found out that, at least I think that was Paul,
Alright.
because like, I remember something,
Connected it.
yeah,
And
connected
I'm
it.
sure it being in the paper, it connected it. Did you see the post when it came out?
No, I didn't know that it was in the paper.
Yeah, briefly, I think.
Yeah.
That's not how, the kid didn't actually know that Paul was dead. I was the one who told him that.
Oh, okay, and then recently you didn't see anything in the paper. Did you
Never.
talk to Jennings at all, lately?
Not lately, no.
At all, okay. So what else was he into? I
Who?
mean, the gerbil and that other thing is pretty twisted,
Yeah, and
but
stuff like that, yeah. I don't know.
That's
And to be mummified.
mummified. Okay. Ugh,
Yeah, I know, weird.
it is weird.
That's why as soon as like Zach and the other kid left, I just completely undid all the mummification and stuff like that. So
Was that the first time you even dealt with something like that?
Mummification?
Like the mummification?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew about it though, I've heard about it.
Right.
But like I've never actually got somebody who
Wanted to do that, and that's not something you're into
No.
primarily.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm not into any of the fetishes or anything like that. I just do it for work, so.
No, I don't blame you. All right.
That night, you remember how Paul hooked up with that Daniel? Like, how did...
They already saw each other before.
They had a prior...
Yeah, and they met on Red Boy.
And it was Red Boy when they met.
One time, Zach went to his house in New Jersey.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. That's helpful. So you knew where he lived?
They already had a contract and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how much he was paying?
Like, I think Zach was getting like $1,100 for that night or something.
And what was he given?
I got like 400,
All right.
500.
All right.
What time did this other kid leave, Matt? I think
Way
it was
before
way
anything
before anything.
ever. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, yeah.
That's what I remembered from the last time we talked.
Yeah, everyone was still coherent when he left.
Okay.
All right. Give us a few minutes. We'll come back. Are you
Do
good?
you need anything?
You need something?
No, can I have
No, talk to me. What do you need?
my phone tonight? I just needed to text. They were made really quick.
Yeah, we'll get it for you. Just give us a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay? Do you need to use the bathroom or anything?
No, how long is this going to be? Do you know?
I'm hoping just a few more minutes.
Okay.
Okay? Thanks.
After the autopsy, the police labeled Dawson's death as a homicide, although no arrests have been made.